I see one thing over and over again when I'm on people's accounts, when people are asking me questions, and they get this wrong so often. So maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but I'm going to share it with you today. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here, and recently, this week, when I was pulling for Archbishop Pinthroy, I was also able to get Fushan, which is very incredible. And I was thinking about gearing him up this morning, and I thought I would share that process with you, and also go over one of the main things that I see that players get wrong all the time when they're gearing champions for damage. Okay, can be your arena nuker, it can be wave clearers. This applies to a lot of different champions, but especially attack-based champions, okay? So, the first thing that you want to do when you're building a nuker, when you're building a damage dealer, you want to try to get some crit damage gloves, okay? And you also want to get crit rate substats if possible, okay? Now, if you cannot get crit rate substats, then you want some other amazing stats on there, like resistant or like speed, attack percentage, accuracy. We might try to go with these gloves for Fushan because I know that he's going to want the accuracy. But most of the time you want crit rate on your substats just like this, okay? Crit rate. But the other thing that you'd love to have is their damaging stat, like attack percentage, okay? As you can see, I have none. I do have some that are equipped, but I don't want to use gear that's equipped right now. So, let's go ahead and start to gear him, and then we'll go over more as we do that. Let me just take a look and see what's available. I don't have that many options. Let's level these up. Heck yes. These must be new this week. Crit rate. Ooh, buddy. Now, Fushan would be great in Relentless, and that's one of the things that you need to consider. Let's go ahead and just take these as 16 and see what we hit here. For your champion to deal damage, you definitely need 100% crit rate. And you want as much crit damage as possible. And that is the main focus for most players, is how much crit damage can I get on my champion? But honestly, that's kind of the thing that gets you in trouble sometimes. And so we need to like slightly change our focus in order to be able to get the most damage out of our champions. Okay, defense 7%, very nice. Also use the fitting room. Honestly, because if you don't, then you're just possibly wasting silver for swapping gear. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to look for an attack percentage chest. And we want crit rate on that. In fact, we want crit rate on all of our substats. Okay, that's an alright one. This is a very good one. In fact, I think that this is what I had paired with those other gloves. Now that I'm getting into my account a little bit here, I have some things already rolled up, and then I have some other options available. Let's see, what do I think is going to be the best one? I mean, it's got to be this one. We definitely want accuracy. We definitely want crit rate. And then I go ahead and over to the boots. And this is how I gear the majority of my champions, okay? I do the gloves first, then the chest, then the boots. Okay. Now, it's at this point where we need to decide, are we going to go for Relentless or not? Okay. And we could very easily do that. Okay. We could very easily do that. We could come in here and put these boots on. Okay. Now, sometimes I do start with the ring, the banner, and the amulet. Okay. That's not a bad idea. Ooh, how did you slip through? That's real bad. You are also real bad with attack and defense on my attack ring. So I guess we're going to try this one. I did a purge on my accessories recently, and that left me with pretty low number of options. But the options that were left should all be pretty decent. Now, if we get another roll in attack here, this is definitely a good to go. As is, it's probably my best option. Well, let's hit equipped and just double check if my memory serves me right. 339, 339, they're identical. Whereas this one can be rolled out more, so we'll go with that. Okay. Now, on your amulet, you're really just concerned about the main stat the majority of the time. Okay. However, on this champion, we are looking for accuracy. So this would be a perfectly fine option. Gonna double check here. I'm just gonna take this one. I don't use him that often. And it's already level 16, so I can save a little silver. And then for your banner, you have options, okay? Are we going to be taking an accuracy banner? I feel like that's a yes. I don't really like any of these accuracy banners, so maybe what I will try to do is get accuracy as a substat and get an attack banner in there. This one would be amazing depending on how it rolls. That one is a good backup. This one is bad. It's like I have farmed a little bit of gear. Wait, I'm going to keep that just as an option, but I don't want to use it. Okay, so why do I want an attack banner? Okay, well, number one, if you want your champions to deal damage, they need to have a high attack stat. And we're going to talk about balancing that in a second once we get this champion geared. This is perfect. Now just hit attack percentage or speed again. I think this is still the one, though. This is still the one. If you don't need to worry about accuracy, then you would want an attack banner for sure. And that's going to really help us, okay? Now, if you make this be 100%, if you just pretend for a minute, these are the common stats that I see on champions when I do takeovers. Somewhere around 3,500 attack, 100% crit rate, 200% crit damage, or even if this is 230, 240, 250, I don't even care if this is 300. It's very common for me to see an attack stat around 3,500, which is way too low. I'm drinking some tea this morning. When you want your champions to deal damage, you need to get them up into that 4,000 to 5,000 attack to be in this low crit damage amount here. Okay, the more crit damage you have on your champions, the more of that attack stat, or if it's an HP nuker, then HP percent. If it's a defense nuker, then defense percent. But typically it's going to be attack-based champions. So you want to get that upwards of 4,000 attack, and that's going to be one of my goals here, okay? Like, what I see is, I'll see people come in, and they'll put, like, you know, okay, we'll put this on here, and look, okay, so we have 3,700 attack, 246 crit damage. But that is not optimized for damage, okay? Just ignore the 77% crit rate. I'm not talking about that. Okay, so if you're going to use the crit damage set, you have to also balance that out with something that is going to give you attack percentage. And so I think one of the things that's been growing on me is crit damage set with attack percentage substats. Okay, obviously you can't get attack percentage on the shield, and for reference, you can't get defense percent on the weapon, but that is the kind of stats that you're looking for, right? Now, I think I have this with 20% attack percentage, crit rate, and speed, and that would match my accuracy set. And look what that does. Just that one piece raises it tremendously. Let's see how much. 600 attack from this one piece, from this and this. And that's not even a big glyph. If we put a bigger glyph on here, like let's say we put a big boy glyph on here just for the video. Okay, well, come on, just for the video. Oh yeah, maxed it out. Then let's see what the difference is here. Okay, basically another 50 attack, which, believe it or not, does make a big difference, okay? And then the last question, I suppose, would be, are we staying in Relentless? Which would be a decent idea. Okay, I like what's going on with this helmet. Let's take a look here. Ooh, triple speed. What would this do? And then obviously we'd have to roll the boots up. That would put us at 4,200. Kind of low crit damage, to be honest with you. But this is a reasonable build. I wouldn't say that this is great, because our accuracy is a bit low, but we don't have our full masteries chosen yet. So I think that we could do a little bit better. The thing is, if you're trying to fulfill a set, then you are going to be a little bit more limited. Okay, so let's figure out, what do we actually need. We need crit rate, crit damage. Let's just stick with that for now. Crit rate and crit damage. Yeah, apparently we don't have good options. So let's take a look here. Where are we at? Relentless. Okay. So we could take Annie's gear here. That would provide us with the crit damage buff that we're looking for there. That would be good. We can't take Leo's. What about this one? So if we took Annie's gear here and we went like this, our attack stat is still kind of low in order to balance this out. For 240 crit damage, we would really want 5,000 to 6,000 attack. So let's take a look and see if we have a different helmet. Only Leo's. And obviously we're not going to take Leo's, but this would be perfect if we were only trying to maximize Fushan. That would get him up to 4,500. Okay, so, but how do you actually do this, right? How do we actually go about this? Well, let's take a look at another option for this build then. Because if we can't get the stats that we want in Relentless, then maybe we just need to not be in Relentless. Okay, let's hit unequipped and see what we have here. So when we're looking at boots, we have a very customizable options for boots. Okay, this one has attack percentage and crit rate. So that could be a good option. And we don't care about the set at this point. But if we were trying to take gear from other people, then maybe we would be looking at something like War Mother's boots, right? It has attack percentage, accuracy, crit rate. In fact, I might just do that. I have not been using her very much. And she may be missing a piece of gear as well. Let's see if she has a matching helmet or somebody else does. We have crit rate, attack percentage there. We have crit rate, speed, attack percentage. Ooh, Otto's helmet is great. So let's see if we did that. Now you can see, just with that one set of Cruel, we are up at 4,600. And then when we come to the shield, we can go crit rate and crit damage. And let's see if we can get some accuracy in there as well. It is looking like we're not going to be able to get accuracy in this build. That's kind of surprising, but you know what I'm going to do is we just don't have a really good accuracy banner though. So these are the things that you need to consider. We would lose speed, could hit speed there. We did lose some attack from that banner, but I think that that's just the way that we have to go. Your only other option here, I guess we could come back over to the crit damage gloves and see if we could get this in here. But then we would lose a significant amount of crit rate. But that would be an option. Like, do I have a crazy crit rate shield that I could put on here? Crit rate 18. I don't know if that's enough, but we could try this one. This is a very wonderful shield. We would be looking for something 775. That's insane. Okay, well, we immediately did not hit crit rate. So I guess we'll go to 12 here. And then I'm going to hit equip and finish the build. See what we can get. But this is the thought process. Ooh, crit rate 20. Okay, that's definitely better. Okay, so this is the thought process that goes into this type of a build. Okay, this is the thought process. So how does this look? Okay, this would be a very balanced build right here, guys. Very balanced. We have 4,400 attack, 222 crit damage. We have some accuracy, which we'll get more. And if I spend the silver to level this up and this up, then I think that that would be the best possible build for right now. We have a 4-piece accuracy set. We have a 2-piece cruel set, and that's getting us to these numbers that we're looking for. If we had a little bit better accessories here in Lizardman, then we would be able to maybe get into that Relentless gear that we were looking at. But it seems a shame to not be using these outstanding accuracy pieces on my account. So I think that this is definitely worth it. I really do not like this 97% crit rate. So do I have any other options? Maybe I do. Maybe in Cruel I could lose a little bit of attack percentage. I mean, that would definitely get there. I can't take that one. Okay, this would actually work. And let's roll this to 16. If we get accuracy or attack percentage, this is great. I know this seems like a very mediocre piece of boots, but we have the flat attack that we can glyph. We have the crit rate to get us to 100%. We have HP percent, which is going to keep us survivable. I mean, certainly not the best pair of boots of all time, but I think that this does exactly what we want it to do. And then War Mother can just keep her boots there. Now we're a little bit over on crit rate. So we could explore something to lower us down. But I think that this is definitely going to be a solid build here. Okay, we're stealing very little gear from people. So let's go ahead and hit equip. Just for the build, just to give you a good sense of where we're at, what we're doing, I will go ahead and level this to 16 so you can see the final stats. And we're going to be hoping for hitting speed here, or flat attack would be second place. Speed or flat attack. When you're leveling gear, make sure that you have RSL Helper open. Download that from my Discord. We got flat attack, so not bad. I wish it was speed, but you know, we don't have that many good banners of accuracy in this faction, so it's fine. And then let's go ahead and look at our masteries. Make sure you have RSL Helper downloaded. Join my Discord if you want to see that link. We're going to come over here for some more accuracy. Accuracy. This is going to give us accuracy. And this is going to give us an additional chance to place those things, I think. Definitely want Evil Eye on here. Definitely want... Not going to extend stun, so I'm not sure we want Master Hexer. Whenever you kill a champion, whenever a champion is killed, excuse me, we want Kill Streak, and we want Whirlwind of Death. Not sure about that last one. Not casting buffs. Guess we'll just do singled out. Okay. So I do not have him booked. I don't know that I plan on having him booked. I think obviously I'm going to use Fushan in Faction War, in my Faction War team, but I'm going to try him in Fire Knight as well. I think that he could be a wonderful addition to Fire Knight, but that's the story for another video. So do we want to level up the shield? You definitely can, okay? Hitting accuracy here would be great. Can't really think of another stat that would be good to hit there, and we don't really need the accuracy, so I'm not going to level that up. Um, Leveling up the ring would definitely add some more attack in there, but it's a little risky. Hitting attack percentage would be very helpful, but if it hits either of the other ones, it's going to be a very mediocre upgrade. So that's one way that you can save on silver, is by thinking about what would actually happen if you upgrade. What would you actually get? Okay. So again, here's the total stats. You want to be up above 4,000 attack if you're in the 220 crit damage range, okay? And that's very important to remember when you're building your damage dealing champions. I could have easily had 250 crit damage and way lower attack, okay? I could have done that. I could have had that in my build. But because we need that to be balanced to get the most damage, and that's the key thing to remember here. So, get the most damage out of your champions today, and I hope this was helpful, this gearing process. You got to see my whole thought process. I made no cuts, no edits, so it took me about 20 minutes here to gear this champion in real time, and you got to see that whole process in action, right? So stats over sets, make sure that you get the stats that you're looking for. If I needed to use broken sets, I would have, but in this case, I was able to match those accuracy and cruel sets for the most potential, but a lot of times the broken sets will do as good, if not better, depending on what you're looking to do. So if this was helpful to you, hit the like button, check out some other videos on the channel here, and I will catch you guys in the next video.